And this fall on Netflix, you have got Joe Joseph, Kev Baker, and Scotty Lopez appearing in the comedy Triggered. Are you good? How you doing, guys? How you doing?
Just ducky, my man. Just ducky.
Good,
How
good.
Are you?
I'm very good. I'm raring to go, and I'm doubly excited tonight because we've got the bonus. We've got Shrek in the bottom box, man.
Woohoo!
He's back.
Yes. How are you guys doing?
All the better for seeing you.
Fine, how are you doing?
Just good day. Good day. Got to see my uncle, which I hadn't seen in a while, and some old family friends, and they came down to visit. So that was a pleasant surprise, and they left earlier in the afternoon, and so I'm freed up. So yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll, guys. Weekend stream is here, and man, Joe, you're sending some stuff that's creeping everyone out, man. That was some.
Gosh, man, this is great. Tonight we're gonna take it old school. We're gonna go woo like we haven't done in quite some time. Only this time we're gonna hit the nitrous, if you will. So that's what we're gonna do.
It's not addictive, Joe, but it's addictive.
No, it is, but it's very quantum. It's a quantum.
But I have to say, right,
drink.
after last week's Freaky Friday, we somehow unscriptedly shifted back into old school woo. And you done your usual at the end of the call. You were away before the theme music even finished. It's your shtick. We love it, right? But me and Scott were saying both our mums listen. And sometimes when we get into the deep AI and some of the stuff, it loses that hardcore freaky audience. So we're saying we need to do this, right? And then without you even knowing, I have to give special thanks to Angela, your wife, because last night
she has a way to find this.
But dude,
stuff.
it wasn't even like we didn't do Freaky Friday proper, but it was a Friday that was steeped in woo. It was like Friday the 13th. There was full moons going on. It was all going off, and we started off with AI, and then though Ange sent the clips, and boy oh boy, that would have warmed people up last night. I've been watching footage with Joe and Scott that I have never ever seen the likes of before, and I told people in the chat room, you had better get ready for this because you're literally going to shite yourself. And I hate to be so descriptive, but I need to warn you right now. We're having a laugh with myself, Scott, and Joe there. Look, triggered, right? Because there's a story in the news today about how all you need to do is take one of these pesky, toxic white males, add the word triggered, and it's going to look like a comedy special thumbnail that Netflix would use, right? So that's why we used the whole triggered thing there. So we've explained that. We've got that out of the way. And the reason I want that out of the way, Joe, Scott, is because I want us to launch into this. I really do, because this year, folks, just get ready. And before we get into this, we've got an incoming coming right now. But you can have a super chat. You can support the channel. We need 3 new members for the show. Just 3 new members. Then we unlock more crazy emojis. Or you can support via PayPal, which would be most appreciated. But either way, no way, we're going to get into this stuff anyway. So we're waiting here for hopefully we're going to get It's Brian, Scott. It's Brian.
Scotty Brown, Kev Chicken, Joe Brown Cow. To bomb.
Okay. We'll go with that.
So,
Thank
Joe,
Go with it.
Joe,
Guess what, Kev? I just wanted you to know, too, that my daughter, Adriana's actually watching tonight. I just wanted you to know. And she also has an affinity for the accent.
Oh, you see, it can't be helped, Joe. It can't be helped.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Let's hope that she never meets or bumps into my 6'3" son, Kevin.
Oh, that's going to be even worse.
Oh, dude, that could be fatal.
Oh no, arranged marriage.
Oh man,
school.
Yeah, we can wave chicken legs at it and things. It'd be awesome, dude. But Joe, set us up for this. How did you and Ange come across this? Because, like I say, and I watch a lot of paranormal shows. This for me is right up there with anything I've seen of a paranormal kind of nature.
So now Ange has remember, she has an ability to kind of sniff this stuff out, and these things find her. I can't tell you how many instances there's been of her seeing these things, these shadow beings. They manifest. She's wrestled them. They've actually in her sleep attacked her. It's crazy stuff, man. My daughter Adriana is one of those people with that spiritual lightning rod type ability where they attract them. And she saw one. She saw one holding a Divic box one night outside.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that
The
was
Divic
crazy.
boxes. Dude, that you go into that whole realm of woo. The Dybbuk boxes are crazy stuff, man. But
Crazy,
wow.
right?
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, and we never even knew what a Divic box was. You know, but she went and described it to Ange, who typed the description into the search engine, and there it was, Divic box, D-Y-B-U-K, Divic.
Divic.
Yeah, Dybbuk box. Yeah.
This is what, is it not like where like people that follow Judaism, that they store demons? Is this not where
Yes.
they put them? Yeah, in a literal box.
In a literal box. So that was kind of interesting. So we have a whole host of these kind of stories that we could tell in just our family alone. But this here is a great example of some paranormal activity that really kind of captures a shape-shifting shadow creature or demon that can basically wreak havoc on someone. And in this case, there's a window in this house that you'll come to see that this thing hangs around because it's a portal. This is its way in and out of this reality is through that window. And you'll be able to see these things. And one of the telltale signs of a portal are these laser-like spirals or light streams. You'll end up seeing those as well. But I mean, this is an unbelievable showcase, and his channel on YouTube is Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. That is the actual YouTube channel of this guy Lamb, the Lamb family, and Kent Lamb is the guy that does most of the videos, and he just chronicles his life in this house, and it's unbelievable some of the footage that he gets. So yeah, I mean, it's a very active house. There isn't a day that goes by.
Very active. Listen to it. Very active. This place is like something out of the Poltergeist, Scott, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very active is.
I want people to understand something. You can believe in the Bible, in God or not. I don't care. But this right here will show and give actual proof that these creatures exist and that they're not fake and they're not dead people.
Well, we've just had a link from our good friend Shannon, just a guy, in the chat, and it's on topic with what we're talking about here. And I got it through Disco, and here's the weird thing. We're following the synchronicities here, which could make tonight even weirder. I hadn't told people what we were going into tonight. All I had said was just another day in the apocalypse. I hadn't mentioned a thing. So independently of what we're, just totally randomly, Shannon's on the same vibe, man.
Yeah, this is great. And it's right on par. Right on par.
Yep.
And you also got to remember, I have talked about many times my brother witnessing shadow people as well.
Yeah.
Correct. Right.
Yeah,
I had one in the toilet. That's why Bill Bean had to do the deliverance on air where I burst into tears and made a fool of myself, One of those ones. So we've all had our dealings with shadow people. Our good friend Nancy, she talks to me about shadow people. So
people are widely exposed to this. And I think now, you have people being able to put their experiences out there. And we're coming to find that we really, for quite some time, have been living with these things. And it's kind of like, smoking weed, right? Everybody does it, but nobody talks about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing here. People don't talk about it for fear that they're going to be looked at as batshit crazy lunatics.
But it's becoming the norm.
It's becoming the norm, right?
Yeah.
So because more and more people are coming out with their experiences, and now more and more people are feeling comfortable enough to be able to come forward. And all of these things that you'll see tonight are very, very much in line with a lot of the experiences that you've had with shadow people. And the stronger your faith and the stronger your spirituality, the more they're attracted to you. You know, right? So just keep that in mind too. Ange wanted me to tell you, think of the book of Job. Because the devil went right for Job, the most faithful guy on the earth at that time. And boy, he threw the kitchen sink at Job. And
well, you see, hang on, right? We've got such an asshat in the chat room, right? Thanks for doing this. Wait till I take a wee screenshot. Somebody that's threatening to report the show. You see, when you do this, right, you threaten to flag the channel for no reason. And you do that, and I send this screenshot. You know what happens?
What's that?
They lose their channel. so yeah, go for it, dude. Go for it. It's okay. It's okay. What an absolute genius you are. Anyway, now that we've dealt with one.
Out of curiosity, what was your ability to screenshot just showcased in a manner of like, you were like a sniper, dude.
Yeah, you got to be fast in this realm, dude.
I saw that. You were like, whoa, hey.
You see, Joe, I have the exact same sniping ability screenshot.
Yeah,
with
you
screenshot
guys are
tool.
something. You guys are something. I'll tell you what. I am honored to be in your presence.
Yes, and you see. Anyway, we'll get back to the good stuff. So turn down the lights, folks, right? I don't care what time of day it is. If it's broad daylight, close the curtains, because this is going to get really creepy really quickly. Joe, Ange, I thank you for this. This is going to take things to a new level here. We're going to pause it along the way as well, but it gets steadily worse as this goes on. It truly does. And we've got lots more beside this. We've got more shadow people stuff. We've got something that triggered Scott earlier on. Something that'll make you just, you'll be watching through the cracks of your fingers. So let's get into this. Let's do it.
Hello guys, you might remember Kent, who documents the unusual happenings in his own home on his YouTube channel, The Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. Please head over there and leave him a sub if you can.
To show people that the spirit world is definitely real. Oh, there's no absolute doubt the spirit world is real. I mean, the stuff I get here is absolutely shocking, and I just don't come here for a couple hours a day to do an investigation. I actually live in the house.
I had a quick chat with Kent last week, and I was asking for his permission to show you guys the unbelievable things that he could record in his home.
And just before we get into that, we have got an incoming.
And how in the hell for
Oh,
Shout out to you guys for helping me keep my sanity during these long hours at work.
no,
Keep it up, guys.
it's not that.
Light one for your boy.
It's not that you keep your sanity. It's just that you realize there's people as mad as you. We're all as
That's
mad
it.
as each other, right?
That's right. And anything that can break you out of your slavery for even but for an hour and a half, we enjoy doing so. No problem. And we hope after tonight, this gives you something to really ponder. Because this is a game changer for a lot of people. That's all I'm going to say.
Big time, big time. Let's get back into it. And John says, I believe demons and dark energy, as well as light, hang in our realm. Very well said, sir.
Yeah.
Hello? Some movement in the bedroom through that.
Today's one of these days where Kent spends the day alone at his house and notices some inexplicable noises from his bedroom upstairs. This is where many things had happened in the past.
Hello?
As he approaches the bedroom, nothing seems to be out of place at first.
Hello?
Can I give a big Manfred? Sorry, Manfred. Manfred.
Is that how you say it over in the UK?
Manfred. It's not really, but for tonight we'll do it, right? Manfred. Mr. Manfred. No, Manfred, that's absolutely fantastic. Manfred used PayPal to support us here. So if you want to do that as well, leave a message on PayPal and I'll be able to get to that as the show goes on. But you know what? It says here female voices and things, Joe. I must admit, when it comes to this kind of thing, because the music's in the background, you never really hear much. You don't really get it.
It's very, very, very faint on his videos, on his channel, but you can hear it. Like if you have your headphones on, you'll hear it.
My point being, right? But my point being for people at home, don't worry, because you ain't seen nothing yet. Nothing.
Yeah. Just keep in mind, too, Kev, that this window is very important in this whole... This is the window that...
It's central to it.
Yeah.
Did the source maybe make it downstairs by now?
Hello?
Little did Kent know that he was in for an unexpected surprise.
Are you talking?
Ooh.
What's that noise?
Son of a... Whoa. Look at that, folks.
Kent believes that an entity, which he calls Shadow Dude, likes to give him a good scare once in a while. This being has been seen in his bedroom several times, and it can only be suspected that it is fueled by negative energy and fright.
Check his shorts.
Kent even has theories about who or what this shadow person could be.
See, you go back there, see that? It almost looks like the head's either disembodied or broken or something, right?
Now, funny you say that, because go to the article that Justice sent us.
Okay.
And in that, take a look at some of the pictures. Go about the fourth one down and look at that one. Look at its head.
In case you were wondering, shadow people are not ghosts. Here's why. So we'll get into it soon. But
the shadow persons are more likely to look like a person than a ghost. Look at its head right there.
look at it.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's not uncommon in some of these stories about shadow people. These descriptions of these demons with their heads cocked over, you know, but that's certainly not a, it's not grandma.
Yeah, somebody in the chat room just used the F-bomb. They must have just caught up in the chat room, F-bombed it. Yeah, big time. Big time. Marty, wow. Polly, wow. And guess what, folks? You haven't seen anything yet. It gets worse.
This is just the beginning, folks. This is just
It's warming up to be a good one, folks. It's warming up. It is.
Negative energy and fright. Kent even has theories about who or what this shadow person could be.
I see movement in the bedroom through that crack. Need to get out of here. Is that you, Shadow Dude?
Can I just pause it for a moment, though, and point out what I pointed out to you at this point, Joe? It's like when we had Ken Webb change the channel on. He always used to have a laugh at the Mothman. He said, what a pussy name for, like, some kind of scary monster. I'm sorry, right, but Shadow Dude, this thing's hardly your friend. Dude.
Wait, what do you want it to be, though? What would you name it? Okay, so let's just, if that thing shows up.
That's a wraith. That's like that's bad juju, dude. That's a demon.
Okay, you're saying Wraith Man.
Wraith, not Matt. I'm not saying it's male or female.
Oh, now you're going all gender neutral and shit for this. Why are we doing this to this, man?
Well, I can't say hey guys to the ghost. I can't say hey dudes. So it's just going to be a wraith, right? A demonic thing.
Not Wraith Man.
Be inclusive, Joe. Wraith woman.
Oh, come on.
Ms. Shadow Dude.
It doesn't have the flair, dude.
Can we call it Ms. Shadow Dude? Like we could have a game of Ms. Monopoly with it?
No.
Not the kind of thing you sit down for Monopoly? No.
Let's call it Wraith person.
Wraith person. Nice and inclusive.
Person.
This freaking light out. I don't even know how this light got out. I leave this light on because of certain reasons like this.
So, who is Shadow Dude? Kent believes that Shadow Dude is a man who was living in Carmel, Maine himself in the early 1900s. That in the lower right corner might be him.
May I just point something out here, right? Look at the size of this dude. He's like one of my ancestors. In fact, he might be my dad.
So he was a crazy black midget that wore bad Western garb?
Look at him, dude. He's about 2.5 foot.
He's 2.5. What was he, like Sideshow Bob's great-grandfather?
That's what we're talking about, man.
Kent
And now
is
he's
sure
here haunting this
And now,
poor
and now
sack
he's
of
pissed.
man.
He's pissed because of people like us.
that his spirit still roams this area, and in particular his house.
Look at him, dude. You know, when he was alive, you wouldn't have thought he would have harmed anyone, but now in death.
Shadow Dude, apparently, was a very small man, and people made fun of him back in the day. Could this be reason enough for him to haunt Kent's home? Hey guys, if you wish to support me to Windows.
Okay,
ringing and
folks,
even
this is
waving.
wild.
Check that out. That's in his
There he is.
window.
This is the same window that we've seen before, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's downstairs in his living room window.
Oh, so this is a different window now.
A different window. That's just a window, and Shadow Dude's waving to him from out there.
Shadow Dude, I see you.
Oh,
Is that? Hey, hold on. Is that like ectoplasm?
it looks like it, doesn't it?
What the hell it is? But it's not. It's. Look at it. Hello.
That's what it seems like to me, Scott.
Yeah, I mean, if you've done any research into the paranormal and
Let's
stuff,
get
and
back up into Kent's bedroom, where he tries to make contact with the entity that he captured moments earlier on his camera.
I love this. This ties in with the whole kind of everything's energy. And like I was saying to you, Joe, and when you're listening to this at home, think to yourself, that, like when this meter starts going off rapid, if we could see in a broader spectrum of light, you would literally have this thing stood right in front of you. That's
Is it
crazy.
really an intelligent force that make Kent's EMF meter go off? Let's find out.
Is that you knocking? Can you make this go off?
And then the entity appears to come closer towards him.
You see, at that point, I'd be like dropping it and running.
Oh!
This man's got the balls of a baboon.
Can you stop it?
He's got kahunas,
In
man.
case you're not aware of it, but the higher the magnetic energy in the air, the faster the EMF meter will blink.
Are you right here?
Time to wipe.
Hey, Mammoth, all the way from
Hey, back up,
Australia.
Randy.
Mammoth, get ready. No.
Whoa.
Seemingly nervous, he then captures some unusual movement around the bedding area.
No, this is weird,
Oh,
folks.
check out. Look at the comforter.
Watch the bed. Holy moly.
Shite.
It almost looks as if something underneath his blanket is moving.
Right, I want to pause it there because we're talking about the window being a potential portal here, right?
Right.
And now we're seeing something inside the bed. So literally inside the bed, because that looks like it's tucked in tight. So it's
Totally.
right. I was at a place where there's arguably a portal, Boleskine House, and remember the bed in the room and how the Ouija board, it looked like somebody had carved it into the fabric, but on closer inspection, it had come from inside the wooden base into the fabric. Now, I know it proves nothing, but we've got portals, we've got the ability to actually get inside almost furniture, you know?
Right, because if you hear his description, he talks about this thing almost as a wispy, smoky type of being. So it really has, it's able to shapeshift, but it also has no solid form. So it can kind of get in there, but it also has the ability, though, to manipulate matter or things. It has that ability. So it's crazy, man. But this is nothing. But this is something. But
Oh,
this
it's
ain't-
something, all right. It's something, and guess what?
Oh, I would have.
And listen, folks, listen,
and now
please.
my colon would have been so clean.
But please
Can't
take the time, right, to subscribe to this channel, King Frostmare.
Well, King Frostmare, and then
And I dropped the
Ghost
link. Yeah, I
Carmel
dropped the
Lane.
link for the Ghosts of Carmel Lane. I'll drop that again. But go and give these guys a sub, because
man, they do some good stuff. Good stuff.
exactly. And I'm hoping, we said, Joe, see the guy that does this video and compiles them all. Let's
Yeah.
get him on, or let's get the dude from the house on.
Oh yeah, for sure. I may end up driving up there if I can get.
Well, we're
a
gonna
hold of him.
try. We're gonna try and go more woo with some of these shows. So yeah, definitely.
Look at that shit.
Some unusual noises later, the entity tries to get Ken's attention once more by tampering with the electricity in the bedroom.
Whoa.
There's no switch on that, by the way. The only way you can turn that on is by twisting the bulb on.
Are you making noise?
Whoa. Can I just ask though, why would you stay there, dude?
Because he lives. This is his house. He
Buy it.
lives there.
Buy a tent.
Buy a tent.
Sell it.
It's kind of like Poltergeist house. Remember the movie Poltergeist?
Yeah.
I wouldn't live in that house either. I don't.
This
think.
is worse than anything I've seen in a horror movie, because this is real. Horror movies, you always know it's a horror movie, right? This shit somebody's living with, dude.
Yeah, I can't wait. I want to bring Ange up there because she's like a spiritual. I want to see what comes out of the freaking closet then.
That's not possible. There's no switch on this at all.
I'm thinking like a rabbit
Kent
trap.
then
but
feels that it is
spirit?
time to check out his garage, which is the
And then
place
Ange's
where
gonna
all
be
the
the carrot.
caskets got built.
Can I
back
just
in
say
the
that
day.
looks so
It is
like
to
he's been
know.
like some kind of crazy serial like killer?
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm gonna end up having to investigate this garage too.
Yeah, what exactly is he been cutting up and building? He calls it like caskets. That's like,
Yeah, but because back in the day, this also was a place where a guy built caskets
Except
for a
for
living.
flashlight.
This
Ken
is-
starts to ask a couple of questions about the potential past of this shack. And it doesn't take long until he can notice unusual growling sounds that seem to get closer.
I can hear something growling or making noises.
Then there is an eerie hissing noise.
Hello?
you see,
Can you answer my questions? Is that you banging?
What follows next, in my opinion, is a voice saying, "Kill Kent."
Die.
Ooh.
Die.
I usually don't like when they tell you what EVPs say, but that's quite undeniable. That's still quite obvious what that's saying, right? It's not like a, that's a clear one. Fast forward, but here we go.
Hey, by the way, on his channel, he does a lot of work with spirit boxes too. He actually bought a spirit box and uses it. I don't like him because he's got enough activity to where you kind of don't need that. And it's a real like.
We used a spirit box up at Clava Cairns, the Pictish site that we went to. My
Yeah.
brother, he had one of these. It's the kind of, what do you call it? The ghost scanner spirit box.
Yeah, that thing. It's just a lot of noise, man. It's like
Yeah.
listening to a radio with a squelch off.
Yeah, and I find it quite random. If you wait long enough, it's obviously going to hit something that's roughly answering a question or something. So I don't know. But interesting. Again, I think they can manipulate the electromagnetic frequencies, so you never know. You never know, right? And these things are tricksters, so who knows, dude? Right, let's go. Let's keep going. Here we go.
I'm done with this.
You see, that thing was growling. Listen to that. That was grunting. That was like a
You know,
pig.
it was like,
You know what? I heard that. I'm getting
like a
out of here. I'm done.
That's a pig. It's squealing like a pig. Any demon that makes a pig noise, you get out of there. Pig man. Far scarier than Shadow Dude. Pig ghost.
I don't think so. I'm not coming back in this garage again.
One might almost feel inclined to believe that it is indeed Shadow Dude that plays some freaky games with Kent. What do you think? Could it be the same being? Maybe something even completely different? After all, Kent believes that there are at least 3 regular spirits that visit him on an almost daily basis.
Something touched me as it sounded like it called me the F word. So I don't know.
I know what you have. You have balls the size of pineapples, mate. Absolute curtainers. Swinging, man. That's why the ghost runs out. I'm telling you, dude. Balls you have, my friend.
There's not something good in there, I can tell you that right now. Alright, seriously, who was making all the noise in my room last night?
Get
On
ready,
one of the
folks.
following mornings, Kent starts to hear inexplicable noises and voices again, and hits the record button on his camcorder right away.
Who was making all that noise? Wow.
You see, now it's turned from a pig into a baby noise. I don't like this crap, man. It's shape-shifting, it's sound-shifting.
the noises are totally random.
Disembodied voice has been tortured by a pig. This was scaring the crap out of me, but you still
This is
stood
certainly
there.
really odd. The voices could not be explained, since Kent was alone in the house. I can't say if it was Shadow Dude or not. On
Right,
the
we're
bottom
gonna-
of the steps,
we're gonna get
he
here.
states that he then left the house, and that no family member was around at the time. Still, something seemed to have remained upstairs.
From here on, it's really crazy.
Yeah, it's like the grand finale, folks. Get ready. Scotty's
It
like that,
clearly
yeah.
sounds that somebody was moving around upstairs.
Now you want to make sure you look in the left side of this staircase.
I know it's coming and I'm traumatized, dude.
And peeks around the corner.
See, that's
crazy.
it's like faceless, dude.
Like a little faceless little wisp. Poof. What up, y'all? It's kind of got a face on it. Take a look. Watch.
You know, Uni was showing a few videos last night, and one of them had this YouTuber called like Nathan Stopelman on it, LTV, and he done acting at one point, and this video had him wrestling with a sock puppet that looked like a sock puppet snake. That looks like the thing that he was wrestling with. Now I've got a bit, maybe I've got a bit more respect for this cat now. I don't know. I tell you, dude, you got to watch these sock puppet ghosts. But
This is
here we go.
extraordinary.
Here we
I
go,
could
though,
not believe
folks.
it when I saw it the first time. Have you ever seen something like that?
Never.
Let's move to this bit because
Happened.
Hey,
He
not-
captured
not
Shadow
on
Dude on
camera.
camera.
Had it here though.
here we go.
Oh, great. Now the mowing. Duh.
Wow. Now
Check this.
this.
Yeah, watch
Watch-
the door, folks.
Because this entity wears a jacket or has some sort of cloak on. Look at that. There, he turns around and there it is at the door. And watch.
See, that's weird.
To me as well, it appeared like something that was wearing a long dark coat disappeared through the bedroom door. Nothing remained after this incident. But little did Kent know, Shadow Dude had even more in store for him.
Oh yeah.
Here we
at
go.
there,
Look
he
at
is
it in the window, folks. Look at the window.
Now watch.
Gee, that's like a look.
Holy
Watch it going back. Here it goes back out again.
It
What's
is
it
so
coming in at?
surreal that I don't even know what to say to this particular capture. All I can think of is that I've never seen something looking that real and unreal at the same time.
But folks, we are building up to the grand finale. You think you've seen it all by now? Maybe some people still with us. I see Marty, my good friend. She's cuddled up with a dog. She's called the dog in to lie with her. But there's people absolutely petrified. You ain't seen nothing yet. Nothing yet. Because Shadow Dude is going to reveal himself, isn't he, boys?
Oh boy, yeah, has he ever?
Here we go.
Oh my God!
Wow, now look at in that instance here we have that's the portal. See,
The shadows seem to float right towards
What
Ken.
were you saying there, Joe?
with the spirals and the those beams. That's very, very commonplace when you have a portal open.
Look at it. Although I will say that light could be caused by the movement in the camera.
Could be.
It could be, but it doesn't explain anything that we're seeing amidst that.
No.
I'm trying to find a foothold, just a toehold in logic in the real world here.
You can't.
Oh, I can't.
Ah!
Here we're going. Uni Rach has been summoned by the Uni Rock. Uni, catch you later, man, and check out Uni Rock's channel if you haven't already done so. Here we
Watch
go.
closely now.
There he is.
There he is, folks.
Whoa!
Let's go back, right, and we'll slow it down. We'll slow it down for everyone. We'll go half speed. Hang on, where are we? There we are, half speed. Right, folks. This is, check this out.
Dude, as he makes an escape out of the bedroom window. Watch closely now.
Window. Look at this, folks. Look at him.
There he is, and there he goes. What?
Don't worry, we'll see even slower.
Look at that fucking thing. What is it?
And then it looks like it flies out the window, dude.
Because it's a
Yeah! It just it as soon as it touches the window,
Say
it looks like
what
it's just
you
ripped away.
want,
like
but
suddenly.
after seeing Ken's evidence, I'm
It looks like a big, hairy-faced demon dude.
yeah.
Not shadow dude. Demon dude.
Yeah.
Can you imagine living in a place like this?
No,
No.
I would end up shitting myself.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I would be colon cleansed like no other. This would be a
I
place
am,
where people who have continence problems can go and get cured instantly.
and just a
I'm
guy.
with,
On you go, Scotty.
I'm with just a guy on this in the chat. Just dude,
What?
dude,
Scott.
yeah.
Now, Scott, me and you're more adept at looking at video and analysing it. You know, we don't go forensic deep, but on first glance, with my untrained eye, I'm quite satisfied that this could be, you know, something it's not your typical CGI. This looks, dare I say it, the real deal.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that suggests CGI to me.
No.
Because it seems to be blended into the original video too well. Like, you know what I mean? You're not seeing any kind of overlay or any kind of differentiation between the original video and what may have been entered later on.
And Scott, even when it's like a well lit room, the quality of the camera, the shot doesn't look that great, which explains some of the jerkiness, that bit with the portal and things like that. It seems consistent throughout to me.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It seems extremely consistent. The only other explanation I could have, if we're talking about a hoax situation here, if we are, is the use of practical effects, right? So, we could be looking at very, very clever practical effects.
The one
which
under
would
the bed, the one under the bed with the duvet moving and the jacket going through the door. I could definitely see.
You could.
Yeah, but still, I'm not convinced. I'm more weighing towards real.
Well, not
Yeah,
only that, but if you watch his channel if you go to his channel and you start, Ange and I watched his channel till we fell asleep last night, and it is just unbelievable. A lot of the things that you couldn't hear the voices on this particular video, on this compilation video, but you do hear them on his videos. And there's no doubt that he's not making that stuff up. It just happens so much. And all of that other stuff, Scotty, you know, you could chalk up to very, very clever special effects, perhaps. But looking at all of his evidence in its totality, there's no way. There's just no way.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm with Kev on this. I'm leaning more towards this is the real deal.
Yeah.
This is definitely something real. I'm just throwing it out there of what if it was to be a hoax, if that would be the only way to explain it, is actual practical effects being used that's filmed by the camera, and we're definitely not looking at CGI in any of these.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm with Kev on this. I'm leaning more towards this being some super freaky legit stuff.
You know what I'm
we're
like
looking
these
at.
days, Scott? Usually I'm leaning more the other way towards skeptical, but I like this, Joe. That blew me away, you know.
Well, not to mention, I'm going to try and get in touch with this guy, and if it's cool, I'm going to dangle the spiritual carrot out there. I'm going to throw Ange in that house, and then we'll see what happens. Like sometimes some ooga boogas can come out when she's there.
Ooh,
And that's
man.
what I want to do, is see, like, okay, Shadow Dude, meet Angela.
Dude, I'm not being funny, right? But that's actually quite irresponsible, man.
No, it's very responsible, and I'm going to have you live stream it on your channel so that you can make it very responsible as well.
Dude, I wouldn't be comfortable doing that. Seriously.
Oh, no, I would totally be comfortable doing that.
Angela, if you want to come to Scotland anytime, I'll rescue you, right? I'll send you a ticket.
Go get him in.
Myself and
Shadow
Anne have
Dude,
spoke before
Joe
about...
Mac.
I mean, myself and Anne, I know my mum, now that she's close to retirement age, her and my stepdad, they're looking at, you know, when they give up work totally, they want to go and do this for a hobby, dude.
That's crazy. If there's one thing I can say, it's certainly not a joking matter. All funny hijinks aside, it's not. And people that do take this on do it at their own peril, because oftentimes these things latch on to the person, not so much to the house. Now, in this instance, that window is a portal, you know, and I don't know what the history is of that particular area, or if it is.
Was there like battles up that way or anything like in it?
I don't know.
know?
We just found this yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because I know
we're
a
kind
lot of the places that had like the Civil War and like Independence War and things, that they're really like riddled with spirits.
But you know, I think it is a product of the amount of events that happen there. And as that happens, like for example, if you have like a battle where you have mass death, that has a spiritual significance to it, you know, whereas it may be a hotbed of spiritual activity because of all that death that occurred at that location. It's a hot zone, you know. I don't know what happened.
Guillermo or
farmhouse,
Guillermo
but I'll tell you
in
what.
the chat room. He says, "Gonna need those 5 back to get adult diapers, guys." Brilliant. That's exactly how I felt. Did they say how the Shadow Dude died, Joe? I don't think they did they?
No, he didn't really get into
And
it.
really, that's speculation, right? Because no way you could prove that guy was, in fact, the entity that ends up in that house. There's no
but
way
a
you could
couple of names. There's a couple of names that come up often that I found in some of the videos that I watch. Rachel's one, and then like Anne or something is another one. I can't remember, but there's 2 girls that are.
Let's have a
kinda
look at
relevant.
this. I really don't know. I don't know. We've already played a lot of this dude's content on that first bit, man. I don't know. We'll watch a minute of it, right? And please subscribe to Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. Okay, again, I'm going to send the link to everybody. Copy link. That in there. Please, folks, show this channel some love. They've got 1,000 subs. That's brilliant. Let's get them up to at least 73. I think that's the least we can do, right? Because this is some good woo.
A number of residents in Carmel has actually talked to me about doing investigations on Irish Road, stating that they are aware of a number of hauntings on this road.
Oh, it's a ley line. We've got another incoming. We've got an incoming. I can't wait till I hear Brian say this. Oh, yeah. But this man here, again, if he ran for president, he would get my vote, even though I'm not American. Telling you, dude.
Oh, man.
Ooh, I like this one about to come in.
Yeah, I like it.
Brian just, he's on strike or something? What?
No, he's coming, dude. I think he's even scared.
He's hanging out with just a guy.
It's a way to get diapers for...
Smoking doobies and buying adult diapers.
Come on, Brian. What's
Turned him
happened?
off.
No, he's on, dude, look.
Oh, my.
Oh, how weird is that?
It's because we're doing this, you know. You got screwed out of your... Oh, this isn't good.
No, so I'm going to have to do...
Chat myself. Haven't done that since mom told me about La Llorona, Mexican ghost Yuga Booga.
Oh, Scotty, anything? Scotty Lopez, you can tell us about that after this clip, right? We'll get some Mexico ghosts.
Oh.
I have been on Irish Road doing 3 or 4 different investigations. Naomi Mitchell, she was murdered at the corner of Irish and Fuller Roads.
Joe, you need to get to this place, man.
Yeah.
The Mitchell family lived on Irish Road. And on Irish Road is where we did the investigations of the haunted forest. And that's where I captured the apparition.
Haunted forest? You can keep your haunted forest. He ain't going to a forest here, please tell me. Oh, God, he is.
Looked like she was kneeling, praying in the woods.
And...
Whoa.
Are you here?
And that's the spirit box. That's the ghost box, right? It's me.
The ghost box said that, and then his EMF
Yeah.
detector going
Yeah.
completely ballistic.
Yeah. Here it is.
So I decided...
Whoa. Listen, folks, I'm going to drop that in the chat room. I don't want to go too much longer with this guy's content because it's a really good channel. I want you to check it out for yourself. I'll drop the link in there. So a big, huge shout out to the Ghosts of Carmel, Maine, and the other channel was King Frostmare, and I'll drop a link for that as well. He's got 25,000 subs. Let's get King Frostmare up there. Let's take a look at his channel. Let's take a look, see if he's got more stuff like this, though.
Man, that stuff is, oof.
Oh, he's live right now.
Oh, wow.
Let's take a quick look. Oh, did you see that?
That's crazy.
I'm going to message him. Hey, dude.
Oh, this is good. I like it.
I'll keep playing it, though. Hang on. Go live.
Yeah.
Found your channel. We are huge fans. See if he sees that.
Train car.
Had the poor dude on half speed.
I was like, what's his problem, dude? Wow. He's like really like mellow
Hey,
tonight.
man.
Hey, man.
Stimulate in the chat said live stream on a live stream. It's getting really trippy.
Oof. It's like a
Come on,
funhouse
dude.
theory.
Come on, dude. I'm the Kev Baker show, man. You should be falling off your chair by now. I'm only joking. You should be losing your shit, man. Right, people, I don't want... Oh.
There you go.
Oh.
Oh, look at you.
There we go. Not join. Subscribed, and then we'll thumb this up. We'll share it out for him. I think that's the least we can do. There we go. Sorted.
Look at you.
You like that, guys? You like that? You got
I
to
like-
help other streamers, man. Come on, we're all in this together, right?
And good man.
Exactly. So that was some good woo. Good woo. Telling
yeah,
you,
it was a
dude.
good find.
You want me to get into La Llorona?
Yes, please, man. And then we'll get to just the guys back to the kind of the woo. And before we go today, Scott, don't worry. We'll show people how low the 17th letter of the alphabet has stooped. Okay, don't worry, Scott. We're getting there. But you take us away, Mexican Ghost, man. I mean, Mexico for me, it seems to be portrayed as a highly supernatural kind of spiritual place. But what say Scotty Lopez?
Well, the people of Mexico, I would say Mexicans in general, very superstitious. You know, I grew up around Mexicans, right? I'm half Mexican, so I've been exposed to a lot of this stuff, and I know about La Llorona. I know about what they Mexicans always refer to as the cucuy room.
Do tell.
Usually, yeah, I'll go with the cucuy room first.
It sounds like somewhere you pay $5 and you get loved a long time in the cuckoo room.
No lovin's in the cucuy room, my friend.
Joe, I'm thinking we're getting down, we're getting sweaty, man. Cuckoo. Know what I mean?
So this Cucuy room, what does happen in it then?
The cucuy room usually is referred to the room that has the most paranormal activity in the house, in a house.
So it's swingers party or anything like that, because that's what it.
No. If you have a haunted house, the room with the most activity is called the cucuy room, right?
Gotcha.
But it's also kind of used as a thing to kind of keep kids in line too. You know, Mexican kids. You know, the parents or moms always say, "Hey, you keep acting up, I'm going to put you in the cucuy room."
So basically, it's like Joseph Fritzl's basement.
It's like Joseph Fritzl's basement then. Yeah. That's what
I get it. I get it. We've got them over here in Europe, dude.
Anything can happen in the Cucuy room.
Yeah,
Scotty.
over here in Europe, they're all the rage, man.
Nah, but basically, you know, a cucuy basically means a ghost or a, you know,
Give you a
Boogie.
Baba Booey in the Cucuy. Wooey.
Wooey cuckoo.
cucuy.
Oh my
so
word.
yeah, that's the whole thing with cucuys is they're just scary beings, ghosts, whatever you want to, you know, that's just kind of the term that they use for them. La Llorona, the story behind La Llorona, it basically means like she's known as like the weeping woman or the crier. And I got a little information here pulled up on her. It's one of the most famous oral legends in, you know, Latin America.
Dude, what is that all about, man?
What's that all about? That's
That
crazy.
thing
shit.
terrifies me, dude.
Yeah. It's a cake.
Did you just look it up?
Well, it's just
Like-
Mexican ghosts, and see that whole black and white face thing going on? You can keep that as well. That is
Yeah, why
utterly
we do that?
terrifying.
Like dead demon zombie apocalypse stuff. And what? Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, you know the reason why you see a lot of this is
Yeah.
because of the there's a merging of Catholicism and native worship of the dead, right? So when the Spaniards came over, they had to, in order to convert a lot of the native peoples there, they sort of adapted the Catholic religion and incorporated a lot of
That's
the.
how Catholics do it.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of this stuff like Dia de los Muertos, which is the Day of the Dead, that all kind of originates from like Inca and Aztec and native, a lot of the stuff that they, their traditions and all of that.
I tell you what, Scott, you bump into something looking like that, you ain't getting over it. There's no, you can't unsee that when you bump into that in a street. You just had a couple of tequilas, real tequilas. You're walking home and no way, man. Nah.
People in the chat know what's up. People in the chat know what's up with Day of the Dead. King Sweet, he says Day of the Dead is awesome. Yeah, it's a pretty big party day, man. There's a lot of action going on.
Oh, there she is. There's La Llorona there.
Yeah. So let me finish up with her. Says that the lore states a woman was abandoned by her husband and was left alone to raise her two sons, whom she drowned in a river out of grief and anger. As a result of her actions, the woman is condemned to wander for all eternity until she finds the bodies of her children.
So Mexico's quite woke then? Because, I mean, we couldn't trust a pesky male demon to scare people, right? It had to be a chick, didn't it?
Well, wow.
Get woke, get exercised.
That's a condemned woman there, man. Shit.
The thing is if you come across La Llorona, if you bump into her,
around you, dude,
bad juju is going to happen to you. Misfortune is going to befall you if you hear La Llorona. And I compare La Llorona to, huh?
Now, does it go in your kakuna?
The kukui.
Kakakui. So this lady, she's condemned to walk for eternity, and oh wow, you actually know about La Llorona?
Well, you want a weird synchronicity, people? What did we hear in the guy's house? I was making fun of it sounding like a pig, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking up La Llorona,
right?
And then look at this second picture, funny pig sounds.
Wow, isn't that weird?
Weird. Now, you know what I think La Llorona really is?
What's that?
I think she's a banshee.
Ah.
And if you look up what a banshee is, because
Yep.
because people who hear I believe La Llorona is basically a banshee.
So it says here, banshee, woman of the fairy mound, is a female spirit in Irish mythology who heralds the death of a family member, usually by wailing, shrieking. We heard shrieking in that house as well.
Yep.
Or keening. Her name is connected to the mythologically important tumuli, or mounds that dot the Irish countryside, which are known as side. Wow.
Okay, but still, I mean, I'm sure that they're called other things.
Yeah, they'll have different names in different cultures.
Cultures will call different things.
Yeah. But we're talking about the same sort of entity here. This is just the Latin take on it, or the what the Latin culture calls it.
Right, because incubus, you've got all sorts of different things that we could probably classify as the same across different cultures, just called something different.
Yeah, but these are all things that I grew up knowing about, just being around Mexicans when I was young.
What is it about that, Scott? See that whole like mouth stitched up kind of thing, or mouth missing? That there, it's just not good. Not good at all. And yes, stimulate. I am like few Irish on that side of the fence. It's only across the water. Boris Johnson wants to build a bridge. Now I've got a reason why I don't want a bridge from here to Ireland, okay? Damn,
but isn't
dude.
It interesting that you have all of these different cultural demons that, basically they're the same or similar ilk across all cultures, like Krampus, right?
Yep.
Krampus was this demon that basically takes you away if you're naughty. And
Good looking dude.
Yep. So you've got that. Remember the procession of the ghouls?
Oh, let's go to YouTube for that one, man. Come on.
Yeah. Now this is a St. John the Divine in New York City. Now, why on earth would you, if this is a sanctuary to God, would you have something like this going on?
Hey, wait a minute, though. Wait a minute, dude. We need to turn.
It's crazy.
Hang on now. View playlist.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
We'll get some atmospherics going for the ghouls, right? Here we go. I think. Yes, let's find the ghouls. Let's see. This looks like a good one. Try to find one. We got struck before. One of these times we showed the procession of the ghouls.
Is that right?
Yeah. That's a crap one. There we go. Now, explain to us, Joe, where's this take place, man?
That's in the sanctuary of St. John the Divine. That is in New York.
And when does this take place? Look at this. Look at this big giant bird, man.
It happens on the basically All Hallows Eve.
Can somebody explain to me why they are doing this in the church?
Middle of a sanctuary to God. What? Look at this, Kev.
You know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
Remember the Goddard Tunnel near CERN?
Oh, yes, the Goddard Tunnel thing.
I was just about to say that, Kev. I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, man, that looks a lot like the thing that they did for CERN.
What was it called? Goddard?
Goddard, I think. Goddard.
CERN tunnel opening. There it is.
But the thing about that is, that in and of itself was a huge ritual. But it's a ritual that they do every year in this church, and it just goes to show you that there's so much more.
Well, look, that's what we were just looking at a minute ago, right?
Right. Look at the portal.
Yep. And that was a tunnel near CERN. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here.
Right. These are things that are happening now, present day. Mind you, these things didn't happen so overtly and so out in the open 40, 50 years ago. They wouldn't have thought to do anything like this.
And you've got the world's leaders at all of this. This looks like a scene from Eyes Wide Shut.
But they're out in the open about it, Kev.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to say. There's no hiding this stuff anymore. They've mainstreamed it. One of the things about the internet is it's taken the shock value away. That shock value is gone. So people now, with this all-inclusive 100 gender baloney, have now come to accept all this. It's okay. It's all right because, and to be quite honest with you, is it okay? Is it all right for people to do that? Are they expressing their freedom of religion when they do this?
And look at that. Oh.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's not right.
When have you ever seen
this? This looks like a place
opening of a tunnel.
Scott, this looks like the bit that Kubrick, like they cut out of Kubrick's film, right?
Well, I was about to say. I mean, this looks like a place that Shadow Dude would like to hang out at.
Yeah, man. There's the portal there. Check that out.
It's a public mass satanic ritual.
That big Stargate. Then they're playing. I found this bit interesting as well. You'll see in a second.
Oh, is this the part where they have like the abortion?
Well, you're gonna
With
that there. See how they're all lined up with the horns there, the instruments.
yeah.
That see, to me that's very very akin to how you would use acoustics to levitate
Like
and
or
open.
rotate something.
Yeah, Scott gets
yes,
it.
I was just
You build a
thinking the same.
resonance, kind of a resonance with whatever you're
Correct.
trying to kind of bring through or harmonize with. I tell you, there's so much more going on in the real world that's hidden in plain sight that makes all of these Hollywood movies, all of the hours that I spend on Netflix, totally wasted. Because the real world, look what's going on all around us, folks. And I had titled this Just Another Day in the Apocalypse, and that's where we are, isn't it? I mean, what the hell? Strange times? What is it the Chinese say? May you live in interesting times? Yeah, I think we went beyond that, like 2001, right?
Oh, way. I mean, this is crazy stuff, Kev. And now all of it is mainstream. Nothing is hidden. All of it's out in the open. We saw it with the 2012 Olympics.
the
That was
state
the
of
first time
this.
that we really saw a mass satanic ceremony being done in a mass setting. You're talking about the Olympics, right? Probably one of the biggest global events that happens, basically since the start of the 20th century is when it really, really started picking up popularity. But that 2012 Olympics was so unbelievably over the top as far as their opening ceremony, and
Look, there it
everything
is
was
again.
scripted,
There it
even
is
down
again.
to the lights of the stadium. I mean, it's
There's the baby
crazy.
again, Joe. There's the baby. Same symbolism.
Right.
Same thing.
Unbelievable symbolism that
Joe,
takes place.
Joe, it brings a tear to my eye, man. Do you not remember what that day was, Joe? Do you not remember?
I do. I remember very vividly.
Brings
that
a
day.
tear to my eye, folks, because what you're looking at there is a picture that was taken on the very day that I made my first radio appearance with Joe Joseph ever.
That's right.
After years of trying, it was this damn Olympics that pulled me out of the
It was good
wilderness.
stuff. It was good stuff. But honest to God, this is important to understand.
Yeah.
That broke between that, the Super Bowl halftime shows, all of these things, they broke those barriers. They broke it down. There was outrage after some of these Super Bowl halftime things, but after a while, people came to accept it. Oh, it's just Hollywood.
But you
being
see, Joe,
crazy.
the
This
important
who
thing
they
is, right,
are.
what people need to realize, though, we're in a period now where literally we're welcoming them into our dimension, right?
Right,
But this
right.
is nothing new because you can go back to Babylon, and they were literally openly worshipping the same entities back then. And here we are now, these elites still not worshipping God and all the rest of it like they would have you believe. It's pure Satanism. That's what it is. It's pure Satanism. And that's what's at the center of the web, the
Right.
body of the octopus. It's utter evil and it's nothing new. Only here we are now at a time when you've got opening ceremonies that, I think I've lost it now. There it is there. That resemble what, boys? I mean, what is this shit going on? Big, huge,
Right.
giant
But
babies
people would say, well, how is this acceptable? Well, it is because guess what? Satanism, whether you like it or not, is somebody's religion. And in at least in this country, you've got to give people the ability to do that. It's no different than putting a Christmas tree in Times Square. I don't agree with it. Doesn't mean that I'm going to tell them to stop doing it. I don't give a crap. It's what people want to do. Knock yourself out. But you have to call it for what it is. And
Yeah,
that
this is
right
the
there is
thing.
a satanic ritual. And
Yes,
they're
this
becoming
is-
more common and happening more often.
Yeah, and this is the thing. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. It's they believe it.
And it's real.
Mm.
If you have any reservations after what you've seen tonight, that there isn't more to the story, that there isn't more to this world, just because you haven't experienced it, maybe yourself personally, doesn't necessarily mean that there isn't more to the story. And I can tell you personally that if it wasn't for Ange, I would probably never experience this kind of stuff because I'm really no threat to these imps. But she is apparently a big time threat And so they tend to swarm around her, and then I get to see all that kind of crap, and it's as real can be. And this Ghost of Carmel main channel, same thing. It shows that this stuff is as real can be. And when you see these rituals and you see these things happening, you have to, again, recognize it for what it is and understand that they are calling these things into this world by doing that. And it comes at a cost. It comes at a cost, you know? Challenge it. Challenge all of this stuff, you know?
Very interesting that, we see this, like you said, Joe, this increase in normalizing it and putting it out in the open, right? And just like it's blatantly out there. And then along with that, we see this rise in activity, right? We see this rise in what we were just looking at, like what we were just talking about. It seems like much more people are experiencing these paranormal phenomenon, right? Like seeing shadow people and seeing all of this.
Yeah,
So
everything.
so what I'm sitting here thinking as well, it looks like the veil is being thinned, right? And it looks like things are starting to come through. And is this, can we make a correlation between the fact that all of this stuff has become mainstreamed, all of this stuff has become accepted within society, people accept this stuff, we see these rituals on a daily basis, with these like Super Bowl halftime shows, the Olympics and things like that. And like you said, people don't really question it anymore, or there's really not outrage about it. People just willingly are just like, like you said, they just chalk it up to, that's just Hollywood doing kooky Hollywood stuff or whatever.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't affect them, it's okay.
That killed the mood, man. Oh, damn, I should have kept the spooky music going. Down, 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 down. But we've only got about 10, 15 minutes left. So how about we shift gears now and we take a look at some clownery, shall we call it? Because Joe,
yes,
Joe, you're
going
to like this, Joe, because at the start of the show, we kind of put this up there, triggered, and we were kind of making fun of the whole thing that they say that take a picture of any white guy, add the word triggered, and it looks like a thumbnail for a Netflix comedy special, right?
It does, yeah, absolutely. Look at it, and they couldn't have found a better poster boy for that. That's all I could say.
And today...
Can I mention that it looks like I'm about to take a chunk out of Joe's shoulder? Like I'm about to give him a nice little bite.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad, Scott. We'll get that there. We'll get that in the middle so that can go there.
At least I don't look like a creepy Joe Biden, behind Joe trying to do something funny.
True.
Like Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Kev Nye's pseudoscience guy. You need to listen to my show with Brendan, the astrophysicist, dude. I actually introduced myself as the pseudoscience guy and him as the real science guy. It's cool, man.
It's okay.
It works. But listen, we are, I haven't gone back to this topic in some time, right? Because it's dying, folks. It's pointless talking about it. But then that 17th letter of the alphabet, myself and Scott often used to make fun of it.
Yeah.
Well... It's gone from the sublime to the ridiculous to just the utterly insane. And the other night on the show, I believe we were talking about the dangers of vaping. And we were addressing the kind of veracity of the stories that were going around. We were giving our opinions on it. But never, ever did I consider for 1 minute that vaping could well be like some kind of Trojan horse. What am I talking about? Well, what if I was to tell you... Wait now, I need to refresh this, I think, because it's gone... See, this is what happens when you've got this on your screen. It crashes your tab. Hang on, folks. It's reloading now. Come on, don't let me down. Right, close that tab. I've got too many tabs open, boys. That's what it is. Open it.
I can hear your RAM just screaming and angry.
You're right. Right, here we go. I've got it loaded up now, right? But... that 17th letter of the alphabet, Dave actually uncovered why vaping is so dangerous, and
Is
I
that-
would.
Oh,
Yeah,
I hope that we get some clarity now.
I would put money on it being absolutely nothing like what anyone thought it was. Take a
Okay.
listen to this, and bear in mind, not this guy here. He just like steals everyone's data that goes to the QAnon site. But the other guy you're about to see, called Pamphlet-anon, just call him QAnon, because he's
Yeah,
the
but
cat that's been caught posting his Q. So, with that said, what does Q have to say about the vaping?
Speaking of which, the other thing I wanted to talk about, resting up. I'm trying to quit this after all the reporting we've had lately on this stuff.
He doesn't look like your typical like Q clearance government insider, does he?
No, not at all. No,
No.
not with his little cat hotel over there on the left.
Here we go. Here we go, though.
This is it's dangerous, very dangerous in the world that we live in.
That's the eyes of a psychopath, man. Check those eyes out. They're like G.I. Joe eyes. Remember, you used to move the eyes? What? He's like mad.
With enemies that we have and the production capacity that they provide us, where do you think all of these are actually made? The juice itself may be made here in certain cases, but the machines themselves, I can just about guarantee, are not made here. They're made overseas.
With batteries are made.
Did you see the article? Let me see if I can track this down.
So,
Yes,
so far, yes. It's not the oils, Scott. It's not the oils. It's the machines we should be worried about, right?
Oh my God, this is ridiculous. And yes, people in chat, we've pretty much got to the bottom of this and have pretty much concluded that the guy you're looking at on the screen is Q.
Mm.
That is Q.
Not speculation. He gets caught posting his
No.
Q. He's got a post on his computer. He's talking to his mucker somewhere else on Skype, and he's describing this post. And the only problem is, his wife, equally silly in my opinion, forgot to put it live. And this all happened on a live stream. But it gets worse. Yeah. It gets worse.
Testing of substances of vape juices by police and finding opioids in 80%, over 80%.
Who knew? Are you people like vaping opioids? Who knew? Thank you, Q.
Yeah,
Of
right.
the samples.
I did not hear that.
No, either did we, funnily enough. Nobody heard that.
Some scary stuff. This is a lot of people are not considering what this leaves us open to.
What's he talking about? A vapor or a Ouija board?
Oh my
and how-
God, so ridiculous.
I mean,
dude.
how terribly wrong things could go. I understand the freedom argument, but y'all, we got some serious enemies out there.
Look at him, dude.
They're
Look
gonna
at his
they're gonna
eyes.
take you out with vapes. Who knew?
And
Look at
this
his eyes.
leaves us wide open to some very dangerous things.
This is the band of monkeys that the FBI have
I'll
labeled
bet you got
terrorists.
Serious psychotropic medication.
Serious.
Well, Roxy in the chat, you are absolutely 100% spot on, and your belief is well founded. So yes, we are 100% with you on that. Dude, this is ridiculous. This is so effing stupid.
But wait, Scott, wait, contain your anger. I want you to be more triggered. We've only got a few seconds to go.
Think about substances out there right now. You can hold a baggie of some of these substances in one hand. It's enough to wipe out an entire nation. I mean, this is a massive vector for deadly attacks. Or
They're gonna spread a deadly bioweapon by vape.
Wait, first of all, how the hold on. Let me compose something.
Oh,
Hell are they trying to merge the quote unquote opioid crisis with vaping?
With vape death.
and the Chicoms are behind it.
Vape gate.
It's a Chicom plan.
It is.
Oh yeah. Hashtag vapegate.
Hashtag VapeGate.
Goes. The hashtag commie pinkos are over infiltrating us, and 80% of all vape juice is tested positive for opioids. Yeah.
What this guy needs to do
proportions.
He needs to put down the meth pipe and maybe start vaping a little more.
Well, all I can say is those eyes are very telling.
Listen, guys. Listen, as from people that have researched this proper, and we've got Roosevelt in the chat room, and the channel we're watching here is Glow 2, and these two people, along with a few others, have been cataloguing and archiving all of the madness that these clowns come out with. And there is one more clip we could show that will probably anger people, you know, because we've just had a...
You trying to trigger people again?
Well, not so much trigger people, but we obviously had a special show
Start
with...
vaping a little more.
Well, all I can say is those eyes are very telling.
Listen, guys. Listen, as from people that have researched this proper, and we've got Roosevelt in the chat room, and the channel we're watching here is Glow 2, and these two people, along with a few others...
Be neat if Q started posting again tomorrow.
Right, wait a minute. Something all went wrong there. We're back, folks. We're back. We're back. Yeah, somebody says in the chat room that he tweaks all the time. I mean, I don't watch them all the time, but it's thanks to people like Glow2, and I'll drop that link in the chat room. And if people want to subscribe to Roosevelt as well, I think you might need to take the hashtag off that. Hold on, I'll post it again. Yeah. There it is, yeah. But there's another one last quick one before we go. And like I say, this will probably really make people angry. Glow 2. I showed this one to...
Glow 2 does an excellent job of cataloging all of the insanity of these people. So, yeah, like Kev said, Glow 2 and Roosevelt's channel.
Roosevelt does some great work. Great work.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a lot of people over on Twitter that do the research for this. It's not me. I couldn't stomach watching these people. But take a listen to what's happening here. Incoming. Let's get this clown off the screen just now then. Incoming. Mikhail West Holland.
He says, shit, better put down my scopolamine.
Yes. Oh.
Shadow people stole my stash. No smoke em, no goat em.
Love it.
Oh, the shadow people, those petty shadow
Is it just me but does Brian like seem to cheer up as the show goes on?
Yes.
He does, doesn't he?
Are you?
Do you? I didn't hear that. I thought he was kind of more reserved this time and monotone. He was better last time.
Do you have his voice slowed down, Kev?
No.
Okay, because to me he sounds a little slower.
Maybe he's stoned. Maybe he's blowing a bad boy back there, man.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Brian, just a guy.
Right, here we go. Right. That day in September. It's okay. Q's got our back.
So I wanted to bring this up right quickly here, and just so that people can see this. This is the video that Tom Fenton released this morning with regards to the Pentagon. I paused it at the first frame of this right here, whatever people think.
Famous video. And Roosevelt, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Let's listen for Brian, though. Let's see if he's stoned. Maybe he's hanging out with pamphlet and on. Maybe he's like banging the pipe, crack pipe or something. I don't know, dude. Hypothetically, you know, I wouldn't want to defame another YouTuber or anything like that. You know.
Thank you, Kev Baker and gang.
Excellent. We're a gang.
See, that was a little more upbeat.
This is, I don't think that anyone can clearly say what it is or what it isn't. To me, it looks like an airplane.
That there looks like an airplane. No, that looks like buildings in the distance, mate. But I'm just saying.
But nonetheless, that is the first frame of that. So I'll just play this right quickly here. This is a classified release video that Tom Fenton and Judicial Watch sued for that was released this morning.
Classified release. This video's been out for about 20 years. You see that?
Yeah, but
this is so
and you can see that was the first frame of it there. Right there, you see it pop into the frame. And then that's all you see. So how anyone can make any full conclusions from this video, I don't know. But I will say this. Q.
Get ready.
2121 came in on 19 September 2018 at 7:12:50.
Hang on. We need the music for it. We need the music for Q. He's coming, folks. He's coming.
2018 at 7:12:51 p.m. Q says Q&A, and the question was asked by an anon: was the Pentagon hit by a plane on 9/11? And Q simply says yes. Q. When Q has Q&As, there is very rarely disinformation in play.
When Q speaks in Q&As, there's rarely disinformation, which means there occasionally is. Have I got that right?
Well, we've you know, it's done. It's over with. We can all pack up and go home. The official story is the official story is legit because, you know, our Lord and Savior, the 17th letter of the alphabet, said so, and you know.
Well, to your point, though, hasn't it, though? It really has kind of passed on. It's almost all a Kennedy assassination, you know. Obviously, it didn't happen the way they said it did, but, you know, hey.
And look at Ruth. Look at Ruth. He's right. He's like, QAnon is supporting the official narrative about that day. And they say Q is not deep state.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hashtag deep state. But
yeah, but I mean, what even is that?
I want to thank Marty. Marty, absolutely love you to bits. Thank you very, very much. We're almost out. Well, we are out of time, guys. We've done our 90 minutes. I've had an absolute blast today.
Fantastic. I hope, folks, that you all got a little bit of something out of that Ghost from Carmel, Maine, man. I mean, what an absolute.
That was wild, my friend. I haven't seen some wild paranormal woo like that in a long, long time. So
we have to. We can still sling it when we have to. So don't be tripping, folks.
Can we thank Ange as well publicly? Angela, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you for providing us with the thing that put us on the map in the first place. Good woo like that.
Yeah, she's a woo magnet.
Not that we're on the map. Are we on the map? Can we say that?
I don't even know. Is there a map where we reside?
We're not on the map. We're on the globe, gentlemen. We're on the globe.
The globe.
Yeah, maps are too flat. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then.
Well, I noticed, Kev, looking at that grid at the bottom of the stream, it looks awfully.
I know. There's no curve, dude. There's no curve. I'm troubled by it.
Yeah,
Shit. Don't tell them. Don't tell them, man. Don't tell them. But folks, we'll be back tomorrow night, guys. Right? Tomorrow night. Yeah. You see, I'm getting confused because Scott. See, when you take a week off, me and Joe, it goes to jack shit. We ended up just doing a quick stream last night. No freaky. Joe's a bad influence. He was going to be home late. Things like that, you know. So this feels like the Sunday night stream for me.
It does feel it, yeah. But it's okay.
I almost forgot what I was trying to make a point about there, but we will be back tomorrow night, right?
Very good, very good.
Awesome. So, folks, keep it real, keep your minds open, but not to the point where it turns into the black goo, because that's no good for you. And we'll be back tomorrow. I'll pick some totally shite music to play us out, and check back on social media, check back on the channel. Thanks to everyone who supported us. Thanks to everyone who turned up. And if you want to join the Discord stream, all you got to do is email me at kbsdiscord@protonmail.com. That's kbsdiscord@protonmail.com. Shove your YouTube name in there. Shove your disco or your Discord name in there. And that way we know who we're talking to. And you don't have to keep the same name from YouTube that we've got over there. So I'll write that in the chat room before we go. But for this night, we'll be back tomorrow with, I'm going to look for more scary woo. We've got to go more scary again, right? So we'll be back tomorrow. Good night, God bless, and we love you all.